Hi guys, today I'm going to show you some accessories that you can use with the Bosch Universal Mixer. If you want to see the other videos I've done with this mixer, I'll put the links to those videos right below this one. Instructions are included with each attachment. The bowl scraper, cake paddle, and the cookie paddles. These are the cookie paddles that you can use with any of your cookie doughs as long as they're not too stiff. These wire whisks come with the Bosch and they are attached to this plastic driver. With the cookie paddles and the cake paddles, you have to use this metal driver. The paddles just snap on. With the cookie paddles, you can do cookie dough, of course, and frosting. Use the dough hook when adding ingredients like nuts or raisins or hard ingredients, and when you're making extra large batches. It's easy to pull off the cookie paddles and switch to the dough hook. These are the cake paddles. They're good for pourable batters, for cake, muffins, frostings, and quick breads. Same as the cookie paddles, but the cake paddles don't use frozen or cold butter. You can use these cake paddles on speeds 1 to 3. Again, if you're making cakes and adding nuts and raisins or other hard ingredients or making an extra large batch, use the dough hook. The cake paddles are supposed to be used with the metal driver and fit in just like the cookie paddles. They're also dishwasher safe. The metal drive is a hand wash only. Don't put it in the dishwasher because it could discolor. This is the bowl scraper attachment. You can use this when making cakes or cookies. With the bowl scraper, you get 4 scraper blades. 2 blades that are straight and 2 blades that are curved on the bottom. You'll use one of each, you just get an extra set. The straight blade goes into the long arm. It'll snap in. The curved one goes into the shorter arm. And that's the bowl scraper attachment. Don't use these with frozen or cold butter. The bowl scraper can be used from speeds 1 to 4. It is top rack dishwasher safe. To use the bowl scraper, first fit in whatever attachment you're using and snap the scraper on top. You heard that snap, so it's locked in and ready to use. To remove this, there's 2 tabs on the side. Just pull it up and it'll come off. The metal driver, just pull straight up. The cookie and cake paddle just pull right off. To use the cookie paddles, I'll make a double batch of chocolate chip cookies. I'll be using 4 cups of flour. Put my soft butter in. I'm gonna cream the butter and sugar. Got white sugar and brown sugar. Put the guard on. You can also put the cover on. I'm not putting it on just because I want you to see the inside. I'll start on speed 1 and go to speed 2 to cream this. It's very powerful, it's already creamed. Depending on your recipe, if the butter and sugar need to be very fluffy, you can keep going, of course. But for my chocolate chip cookie dough recipe, this is perfect. I'm only going to use speed 1 to add the eggs because this is such a powerful mixer. And you can see how quickly it's blended together. I'll also add my vanilla. I didn't use the scraper, so in case you don't get the scraper, you do have to scrape down the bowl. And that is the same even if you use another stand mixer like the KitchenAid. You still have to scrape it down unless you get a bowl scraper. Now I'll add the 4 cups of flour. I've already mixed in the salt and baking soda. I'll add this on speed 1. That's also mixed in really quickly. You don't want to over mix it. I'm going to add all the chocolate chips at once. If you're adding something that doesn't need too much mixing, you can also pulse. So I'm just going to pulse this a few times. And that's good. So for chocolate chips, you don't have to change out the paddles and use the dough hook. But if you're using something harder like nuts, change out the drive and just attach the dough hook. My butter was very soft, but I did use 4 cups of flour and not too many eggs because I do want a chewy cookie. So that gave me a stiffer dough. This is going to make a lot of yummy chocolate chip cookies, and it looks like the perfect dough. All the chocolate chips are mixed in nicely. It's even. There's no flour. It looks pretty perfect. And with this mixer, you'll save a lot of time. It's extremely powerful and everything gets mixed in very quickly. I'll bake some right away and I'll chill the rest to bake another day. Now I'll show you how to make cake batter in this mixer. I'm using the cake paddles. They're already attached to the metal driver. Just put that right over the shaft. I'll also use the scraper. On the long arm, I've got the longer scraping blade, and on the short arm, I've got the hooked blade. Make sure both blades are in properly. Fit the scraper right on top. Make sure that both white tabs snap under the metal driver. First, I'll cream the soft butter and sugar. I'll cream the butter and sugar on speed 1 until light and fluffy. I switched to speed 2 for a few seconds. The butter and sugar are creamed. Depending on your recipe, you can cream it for longer. You can see the sides of the bowl are clear, so the scraping blades are doing a good job. There will be some butter pushed up against the middle here. You can just scrape that off with a spatula. I'll add the eggs one at a time. That's also mixed in pretty quickly. You can see it's nice and fluffy. I'm just stopping in between to show you what's going on in the bowl. Of course, at home, you don't have to stop it. You can just leave it on and add the ingredients. I'm gonna add the vanilla extract. Just made a mess. A little too much came out, but it smells amazing. I'll alternate adding the coconut milk and the flour mixture. I'm going to add some of the flour. Mix it and then add the liquid. Since this Bosch is so powerful, I just like to pulse. It mixes really quickly. And I don't want to over mix this. Just add the rest of the flour. And that's it. It was done really quickly. If you got any flour on top, you can just mix it in by hand. Pull the tabs and it'll come off. This pulls right up. You can pull the paddles off. Just give it a final mix. Everything is mixed together nicely, just the little bit of flour that came off the top. Looks pretty good even on the bottom and the middle. Again, it's extremely fast, and you can see how nice this cake batter looks. If you want to get notifications of when I upload a new video, click on the bell icon and select all. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. Subscribe and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.